Okay, now we are back for the second half of the podcast, and we are going to be talking about two different YouTubers. The first one is going to be Tana Mongeau. So, Tana Mongeau is a very interesting creator on YouTube. Let's be real. She has gone through many different phases and many different controversies. And what I have here is I've pulled up her older content. I've just went on her YouTube channel and literally went from oldest content to newest. And I'm going to read out some of these titles because I think it's quite interesting. So, Hairdresser from Hell. So she was doing story times and they were basically very dramatized. I think it's very clear that they were all bullshit. But the thing is, they were so popular during this time. And let me check what year this was uploaded. 5 years ago. Holy shit. She's been on YouTube for 5 years. 2015. This was the most popular content. I'm going to say mostly on YouTube back then because people were so obsessed with like the white bitch being so loud and quirky. You know what I mean? That was I think what Tana Mongeau's content was for the longest time, which is weird. Let's be real. It's weird. So the next one is called Bean Boozled Challenge. So I think that's very much so a testament to the time. It has 500,000 views. The next one is Reading Hate Comments. Jesus, she was reading hate comments 3 videos in. I think that's quite fucking legendary. Wow, I'm looking at myself in the viewfinder right now, and because I am the witch, it's just a shocking sight to behold. Prank calling businesses, staying positive. She has a video called Staying Positive. First kiss story, teen drinking. She did like a bunch of drinking story times, but the weirdest thing about Tana was back then she kept doing these things where she was like, I'm not going to be the sellout white bitch on YouTube, which is ironic because she literally became the sellout white bitch on YouTube. And I think that's what was kind of her downfall was she set herself up and just gave herself too much of like a throne on YouTube back then. She said like, I am not going to be, that dumb bitch. I'm not going to be the sellout. I'm not going to be the one who parties. And what's really interesting whenever I was looking through her older content was she was basically saying that I used to party, I used to take drugs, I used to smoke, I used to, do smoke weed, I used to drink, whatever. She was like, but I don't do that now. So the reason I can talk to you about it is because I don't do it. And it's like she was lying. She was doing that stuff while she was saying that she wasn't. And it's not that she wasn't allowed to do that stuff. It was like she was preaching that she was different and not doing that whenever that's literally what she was doing and what she's kind of built her image off of now, right? Which is weird as well. So, Scary Target Man. I cussed out my teacher. Things I wish I'd known in high school. My creeper? Oh my god, like a Minecraft. My creepy stalker story, which was, if you don't know, Tana had like an entire fucking series, like it was before Shane was doing like series. It was like My Creepy Stalker, and it was like these really dramatic stories about a stalker, and looking back on them you can tell they're not real at all. They're so fabricated. They're not real. This is not real. This She lied in these, and they got her millions of views, and people were always coming back to hear the update with the stalker. So it was so smart. It was such a smart move from her. I think she definitely knew what she was doing, because if she hadn't have done all these lies that were captivating people, it's like clickbait, but only her stories were the clickbait. You know what I mean? And then she was able to have these extreme titles. Next one is Getting Wet in San Diego Stalker Update. You know what I mean? She was doing all these stalker updates, and if this was a real life story, she wouldn't be doing this as YouTube content. She'd be genuinely getting, you know what I mean? Crazy Possessed Girl Story. A video called I Talk About Anal Sex. Crazy Bitch in Target. My Gross Fetish. I Talk About Sex. I Smoked Weed with Selena Gomez. I was involved in a shooting. My deepest, darkest secrets. Why I hate myself. So let's just get it out of the way that her videos weren't of the best quality or content, for that matter. But is her stuff right now? I mean, she's been consistent in that. I just looking on at this content, it's clear why she was popular. 100%. She was popular because she was a white girl, white blonde girl, who was very loud and very outspoken. And because she built her career off of that, it kind of allowed her to get away with a lot of scandals. You know what I mean? Because the lowest is 0. The bar was so low that whenever she was getting exposed for things, people were like, oh, but she's already so loud, she's already so messy, so that's just her. So I think in retrospect, she kind of set herself up for success when getting called out. But these videos, yeah, it's like, remember when Shane Dawson used to do all these videos where he would have like Rihanna or Selena Gomez or Justin Bieber in the title and thumbnail? It got them views, which, you know, is like drama channels now. And so Tana, as well as I smoked weed with Selena Gomez, and I'm telling you now, it's 100% not true. So I made my teacher cry, vagina waxing, body hair, question mark, my pet peeves, what's in my purse, who I really am, arrested, story time, the truth and apology. So here's when she started doing a lot of apology videos, and she got called out pretty early on in her career then because of the iDub scandal, which, if you don't know what happened there, she got aggressive towards him on social media, then he went to her meet and greet, and it was messy, and it was, looking back on it, such a wild time on the internet, right? If you're aware of what happened then, you're aware. But I think Tana has just consistently not created good content and consistently not been the greatest person. So whenever she is called out for things, she does get called out for them, and she does, you know, get held accountable, whatever that fucking word means anymore. But it's gone within a week. We see it with what's happening now. Let's talk about what's happening with Tana Mongeau now. She's back uploading again on YouTube. She said she was going to be addressing the backlash from her apology video, and she didn't, because she doesn't need to, because people don't care anymore. People don't care for her to hold herself accountable because she's never done so for a long period of time in the past. So why would they be expecting that of her now? They don't. They don't. So that's the bottom line here. That's the bottom fucking line. So take with that what you will. But whenever you look at her recent content, then I think, especially with Tana Mongeau, she has taken an approach with YouTube that she doesn't need it, in my opinion at least. She does her OnlyFans now, and I get it, she's killing it on OnlyFans. But whenever you built your career off of YouTube, she was very quick to jump to another social media that was just making her more money, which I don't know. See, her content now is like, I went brunette, Jake cheated on me, 10 things Tana Mongeau can't live without, a long overdue apology, which we're all aware of that video, trying viral TikTok hacks, and then just these like really long vlogs. You know what I mean? It's kind of like what we're seeing with the Dolan twins, where they're posting these long ass vlogs, and that's what people like. People like long videos on YouTube. So Tana doing this is actually quite smart. Let's be real. Tana and her manager know what they're doing. Do I think they're great people? No. They make mistake after mistake. And especially with the Colin and Simply NASA thing, like, you have to evaluate what their morals are. But they know what is trending on YouTube, and they surround her with people like Jake Paul, who are always going to keep her in a controversy or two. And she was called out for that, electoral buying votes. And she was in like the New York Post about it, like an article like ripping into her, and she posted it on her Instagram story, because at the end of the day, it's promo, and her and Jordan love that. And whenever that is your brand is being messy, or your brand is, getting called out or being problematic, that's what they're going to love. And she loves that. So I think just looking through this, it's weird. And like, she does this thing where she's like best friends with Paris Hilton. And from the start, people were like, this seems dodgy. And I was like, yeah, I don't believe this at all. And I was right, because Paris Hilton was doing a video, and it was so funny. She was like, will you ever do a video with Tana Mongeau before? And she was like, Tana Mongeau or something like that. And she said it so seriously. Like, Paris Hilton does not know who the fuck Tana Mongeau is. Let's be real. It's obviously like a paid partnership helping both Paris and Tana Mongeau out. And I can't. I literally... Tana doesn't grow, doesn't evolve. Her content doesn't evolve. She did story times at one stage, which was lazy content, and now she barely posts and or just does long videos where people film her. But that'll always be trendy, because people are so interested in the fact she's such a loud person who's always doing stuff. So she'll never really go away from the platform, or not be entertaining or have an audience, or, she'll always have a built-in audience who are just waiting to see her next move. And I think it's very clear, right? And I think she's one of the most prominent figures on YouTube nowadays, because YouTube favors, and kind of the general public favor, a YouTuber that's a little bit problematic. And Tana is way problematic. And they like that. They like someone like that, which is weird. They like the drama. This is coming from a drama channel, so take that with what you will. And remember, she had her MTV show. I think her MTV show did more damage. It did way too much damage to her career. And here's the thing. I genuinely, am I putting it down right now, that I believe that Tana Mongeau would have been such a bigger creator, honestly one of the biggest female creators on this platform of YouTube, if she didn't attack iDubbbz. 100%. Because she had such a steady, one of the fastest, and this is going on with like Emma Chamberlain, she had one of the fastest growths on YouTube, not just female, overall fastest growths on YouTube. And the iDubbbz thing kind of took a hit, and she fell down, and she never really gained back up since then. But if you think about it, she was probably aiming to be a huge female creator on this platform, because if you look at how many subscribers she has right now, she has 5.5 million. And if you keep in mind, she was gaining millions upon millions, I 100% believe that she would be at least 9 or 10 million. I 100% believe she will. And that's within 5 years of being on this platform. But she didn't keep her mouth shut. She was too problematic. She was called out, rightfully so. My heart still breaks for Simply Nessa and Colin, their stories. I'm still doing everything I can to make sure they're heard, because it wasn't taken seriously by Tana or her team. So she just wasn't the right person for that. She was given an opportunity, she took it, and she kind of just went stale with it, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. That's all it is, babe. So that's me talking about Tana.